Let me get comfy here.
Let me get comfy. It's really comfy outside.
Yeah.
Which brings us to outside.
Everybody, welcome back. It's not going to take us 80 million years to get into the video again. Okay, we're going to do this. This video is going to be short. It's going to be tight, and it's going to be another day with Nick and Tim.
Starting
now.
But how you doing, dude?
I'm doing pretty good.
Can I ask you one question?
Yeah.
What are we doing outside? I woke up, you put me in the car, and then we ended up here.
So the idea with being outside is that today it is the question and answer episode.
And that relates to being outside because
we're getting outside of what we usually do when we're involving the audience. So in order to do that, we got a field filled with all of our biggest fans.
Seems about right to me. That's really awesome, man.
Yeah, but
so excited to be outside, and more importantly, you all right? I'm more excited to just be seeing you, because I feel like it's been a while since we filmed the last episode. It's been like 13 hours.
It's been about 13 hours since we filmed the last episode, and in those 13 hours, I've got so many ideas for more episodes, but we'll touch on that on episode, which is episode 5, because this is episode 4, the Q&A episode.
And episode 5 is going to be episode, which means we're going to be talking about which episodes we want to do in the future.
And it's happening exactly again how it happened in the first episode, where we're talking about all our future episodes before we even get into this one. So
I like our future episodes more than I like this one. This one sucks.
Okay, well, let's do it so we can get it over with.
Let's get it over with.
And we can just blow through all these questions that all of our wonderful fans had to ask us today.
We asked the that's a
good question. What are our fans called?
Hey, guys, weigh in. What are you guys called?
Leave a comment down below. What do you want to be called? Because it's not our job to decide what you should be called. I want to respect what you guys want. So because of that, all of the fans today will be going by
Tims. Let's see what our Tims out there had to say.
All of our Tims today have submitted questions,
and they're really important, all of them, which we respected, because that was a stipulation of asking questions. We didn't really say that, but we both felt that it was really important that all the questions that we would answer would feel really profound. And luckily, we got 20 questions, and all of them were.
All of them were very profound. We asked on our Instagram story. You can follow us on Instagram at
Another Day YT for YouTube.
Yep, you can follow us on Instagram at Another Day YT if you want to be included on future episodes like this, where we poll the audience about things. Go ahead, drop a follow there.
You can join the Tims. You can be one of the Tims.
You can be one of the Tims. All right, without further ado, let's see what these Tims had to say. Tim, take it away.
So the first Tim asked. So stupid, but we should.
No, it's not.
We should keep it though.
It's respectful.
BenFree555 asked best new show on right now. I have a couple thoughts, if you don't mind me going.
Yeah, you can go first, please. You're the show guy.
I really love Phantom of the Opera.
That's a show?
It's a classic. It's a show on Broadway. And then Love Boat from the 70s.
The show. Is that
TV
also on
show.
Broadway?
No, that's a TV show.
Okay, so
the
Phantom of the Opera
Love Boat.
Keep going. What's the next line?
This boat has the love you need on the seas.
I think that's right.
That's not right. I made it up.
Okay, so continue.
Frasier.
Okay, so far we have a Broadway show, The Love Boat, not the reboot that is not currently on now, but didn't they do another one?
They may have.
I think so.
WWE shows.
Like Monday Night Raw?
Yeah.
And SmackDown?
Monday Night Raw.
Is that Monday Night Roar?
Yep. Monday Night.
Okay, Tim, can you name me your top 3 WWE wrestlers?
Yeah, sure. JC, John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
Can't see him. The Rock.
Yeah, he's
Johnson.
around. Yeah.
And Manny Pacquiao
Manny Pacquiao
is a boxer.
Yeah, he fights in the WWE.
There you go. And then my last show was Boston Legal. But
so,
no, those were all joke answers. My actual answer for best new show It's not new at all, just like how those others weren't new. But it's about 2 superhero doctors.
I don't know. What do you continue? I don't really know.
You know, man. They are teenagers who love comic books.
Okay.
And their knowledge about comic books is so strong that they're able to help these real superheroes in a superhero hospital.
Was this like Grey's Anatomy?
It's Mighty Med.
Oh, I remember Mighty Med. That show is on right now.
It's on right now, so it's new. And when it ended, all of Hollywood was like, fuck, we need to match Mighty Med's quality.
Right.
And they haven't.
They have not. They have not. Let's be honest.
What
right
show's
now,
better?
None. I can't. I wish I could be here to argue with you, but this isn't a show about arguments.
You know what?
This is a show about helping each other, much like Mighty Med is a show about helping superheroes. So, in Another Day with Nick and Tim, what you get...
Jesus. Break my hand. We are not halfway through the first question.
And it's been 10 minutes.
Maybe.
No, we said this video was going to be short.
Yeah.
So, and I just want to say, if we're trying to make this video short, you just gave 5 answers to the first question.
It's my fault.
The question was best new show on right now. And we opened with Phantom of the Opera.
It's a show? It ended. It's not new. But
Is
my real answer is Mighty Med, even though it's not new.
Also, yeah, what are the names of the 2 guys in that? The 2 leads? Not the character names, their real names. Bradley Stephen Perry.
Bradley Stephen Perry.
And Jake Short.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Why am I asking you? Ow.
Yeah,
it's cold out
it's
here.
really cold.
We can't be doing
hands.
that. Yeah.
I think my mom just drove by on her way home from work. Is that Timmy? Is he doing the show?
She just drove by and her windows were down, and we heard as she drove by that she was watching the Chips episode. We're going to know exactly what the answers to these questions are because say it with me, Tim, we know everything. So, with that, my answer is Paddington.
Great. All right, next question. By the way, we didn't want to do this Q&A. We were going to have an intense political discussion, and that was going to be the episode, but we got so many questions flooded in that we had no choice but to just try to give answers.
The discussion we were going to have is that today is the elections around the country, and by that I mean today is the day that Curtis Sliwa takes over New York.
Yep. I sent in some votes. Never lived in New York, but I sent in some illegal ballots.
Okay, I feel like joking about that is dangerous nowadays.
I did it, though. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Sent in at Conoec. You have thoughts about this?
I think he's the food guy. Why is he asking
Yeah, he's kind
me?
of a foodie, and I don't...
And we're saying this with the full knowledge that everyone who watches this video knows who this is, who submitted this question.
You guys know Conoec. He's the foodie. I'm not at liberty to answer. I would say no answer.
So, but I guess the reason he's asking is because he is such a foodie that it's just been tearing him apart.
In the foodie world, it comes up a lot.
Yeah, and so it's such a divisive question because it keeps him up at night. It's one of those things where he has all the knowledge of food in the world, but yet he can't crack this one question, which is why he's turning to us to answer it for him. And for that, I say...
No.
I say if you think a hot dog isn't a sandwich...
Like me...
I think you're genuinely stupid.
Come on,
I think you're actually dumb.
I was worried that we'd disagree and have an opinion.
It was just a matter of time till we disagree. This show is just us disagreeing the whole time and us just tearing each other down. I wish I could be here to argue with you, but this isn't a show about arguments.
You know what?
This is a show about helping each other.
I want to tear you down about this.
That's what it's all about.
Are you kidding me? How is that a sandwich? Let's go get sandwiches. And then you get a hot dog. It's like, and I get a sandwich. Then it's like, oh, well, I got a sandwich and Nick got a hot dog. We didn't both get sandwiches.
Tim, a smart man knows a tomato is a fruit, and a wise man knows not to put it in a fruit salad.
I'm not following you.
I can say that a hot dog is a sandwich, but if someone says, let's go get sandwiches, I'm not getting a hot dog, you know?
Because it's not a sandwich. It shouldn't be a sandwich.
I don't get how someone can genuinely think there's something with meat in it that you hold by the bread and you eat with your hands that isn't a sandwich.
Because it's not enclosed. That's what you sound like. That's what you sound like with your argument. Because it's not enclosed.
That doesn't matter.
I shouldn't be able to see the meat like that. I was talking to Conowek about this.
And you know a thing or two about seeing meat, huh?
Another gay? Listen.
You can't say that anymore, man.
What? Another gay podcast. It's another gay show. We're just another gay podcast. But Conowek one time was like, what about open-faced sandwiches?
I agree.
An open-faced sandwich isn't a sandwich. It's an open-faced sandwich. It's a different thing. It's not
say
part
it again.
of...
Say it again.
Open-faced sandwich?
Yep, stop. Say that last word.
Sandwich.
Next question.
It's not
Next
just
question.
it's not in the category of sandwiches. It's separate.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't call it a sandwich.
Okay, so what about when you're eating it and then you have like a not great bun and then the bun splits in half at the bottom and now all of a sudden you have to hold it like a sandwich?
You think I'm going to eat a hot dog and then afterwards in any case be like, yummy sandwich? I would say that if I took two buns, not hot dog buns, but put hot dogs between bread.
So what are you going to call it then?
That's a hot dog sandwich.
I function on the life...
You function on the life. Go ahead.
I function on the life theory that foods either come in soup, salad, sandwich, or solid. Those 4 groups will be every single food you ever eat.
That would be a compelling theory if without the solid.
No, solid, because that's like apple.
Soup, salad, sandwich. It's like, that's an interesting argument to make.
Yeah.
But then you throw salad in and it's like, well, that's what food is. It's solid.
Yeah,
like,
but solid, in the terms of soup, salad, sandwich, solid is just a single item with nothing else. So like apple, pear.
Piece of steak.
Salad.
A piece of steak is a salad? Yeah. Let's move on. There's no reasoning with you logically. At Jackson Corey 2002 said, if you could have dinner with anyone, who would it be and why? Yeah, you can go first while I stall and just think of one.
Okay. If I could have dinner with any person, I've got 2 answers for this. The first answer is Zohran Mamdani.
Oh, you're topical with it?
I'm very topical with it. I'd like to have dinner with him. And I think that on today of all days, seeing as today will be the day that he loses the election to Curtis Sliwa, I think I would be a great person to be there to help him through this time. I think I would
have dinner with Zohran more than anyone in the world
because he's going to be so sad when he loses to Sliwa.
You're such a Sliwa head that you just feel so bad for this poor man who has good politics. But
he has great politics, and he would help the city so much. But he's going to lose to Sliwa because he has a beret.
That's the only reason.
And he was in the back of a cab that got shot by crime families. You know, that's New York. Spoken as a guy who has set foot in New York City, I think 3 times. Soon it will be 4.
The question of who would you want to have dinner with and why, I didn't think your answer would end in, but that's just New York.
My second answer is Max from Max and Ruby.
That's great. The bunny. I would want to have dinner with that bunny.
We wouldn't talk about much.
You know, you just eat carrots and talk about old episodes of the show.
No, he eats regular food.
Don't discriminate against Max, Tim.
He finds that very offensive. He just eats carrots.
It's a harmful stereotype. I agree.
have something to say about that later.
Every time you say Max, we should put Max from Wizards.
I don't want to have dinner with Max from Wizards because I'd go to the Waverly substation and they sell sandwiches.
Yep. Wait.
And do they sell hot dogs? That's a question for another day. Okay, what's your answer?
Well, my answer to that is they wouldn't sell hot dogs because it's a sandwich place. Anyway. And then, so if it's sandwiches, why would hot dogs be included? But mine would probably be Max from Wizards. Because no, it's not. I would say Andrew Cuomo. Because
because you want to get a little action?
Yep. What should I do if my landlord is raising my rent to fix flood damage? That's his fault. It's from @JS Howard. What should I do if my landlord is charging me extra to fix damages that are his fault? Nick, what do you think?
See, now this is a tough question.
Move.
I probably would also say move. I think it's a little bit difficult because you're probably really tight with your landlord, and you don't want him to be sad if you move. But when it comes down to it, you got to do what's best for you. So if moving means you lose a friend, but you get to keep some money, I'm taking that deal all day.
Yep. Counterpoint. Torch the building for the insurance money. Go clubbing.
If you burn down an apartment building that you live in, I don't think you get the insurance money. I think you just lose your security deposit.
You're not in the apartment.
That doesn't matter. What do you mean you're not in the apartment? I know you're not you're not killing yourself in the apartment. And then you get no insurance. Then you life insurance, but you're dead. You have to fake your death.
Nikki, you don't have to worry about burning. You're outside of the apartment when you torch it.
But you get no money from that. You don't get any insurance money from that.
When you torch it while the landlord is inside. So then you get... It makes sense to me.
Then you just kill your best friend, the landlord.
Yeah. When did this best friend thing come into play? You were like, and you probably feel bad because you're so tight with your landlord. I'm like, I don't know if JS likes this landlord.
How could you not like your landlord?
Because he's raising JS's rent for damages that are his fault.
Also,
JS, I have a question for you. Why are they his fault? What did he do? What happened?
That's a great question. My question is also, why don't you just own a house?
Just buy a house in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Let's see what the Tims think. Weigh in on the comments, Tims.
What do the Tims think?
At MK_McKnight has asked, what is something you're most proud of? I have an answer for this, if you wouldn't mind me going first. I was in a production of High School Musical when I was in 8th grade. I was 13, and I played the role of Jason the jock, who was on Troy Bolton's basketball team. And there was a scene where they're in the locker room trying to convince Troy to just be dedicated to basketball. So they're talking about old East High basketball legends, and they're chiming in with different legends. And then Jason goes, "Thunderclap Hap Haddon." And that was my one and only line in the show, and I think it really stole the show. Also graduating college.
I was going to say, I saw that show, and I remember that line, and that's something I quote on a daily basis whenever I'm feeling down on myself. I'm like, it's just been such a tough day. My landlord's raising my rent because of flood water, that it's his fault.
I'm losing the election just because I have a beret on.
No, he's going to win the election because of the beret. It's like my best friend, the landlord, just won't cut me a break. But Thunderclap Hap Haddon. That's what I tell myself.
Let me get this straight. You're alone on a daily basis. Like whenever you feel down and you're alone, then you'll just to yourself go, "Thunderclap Hap Haddon."
You're saying that like it's not normal.
All right, what are you most proud of?
So for those who know and for those who don't, I work at an Olive Garden. I won't disclose where, but it's their location.
Right. Maybe we can put a picture of you working at Olive Garden right
Yeah,
here.
We'll put a picture of me working at Olive Garden. We'll put a picture of the Olive Garden, and we'll put a picture of the address right there. So you
Great.
can come say hi to me.
So handsome.
A couple weeks ago, I was walking back into the kitchen with a big stack of plates from a table that had just recently left. And I was walking, and I had all these plates stacked up. And there was some bowls, there was some silverware, and I was two-handing it.
It's really, yeah. Come on, man.
Sorry.
Cut that out.
I'm cutting that out.
You're not going to cut it out.
You cut it out.
I'll You went full house on me. I got to go now.
So I was carrying this big stack of plates and bowls and silverware, and I'm so close to getting back to dish, and I noticed one of the knives starts falling. Alas, it slips, and the knife starts falling. And the rule is, whenever a knife falls, let it fall, because you don't want to grab a knife falling out of midair, catch it by the blade, cut your hand open. Oh no, bleeding in the kitchen.
How am I going to hold tortellini?
How am I going to hold tortellini? How am I going to hold the hand of my landlord, my best friend? So
yes, and their landlord are not holding hands around queens.
So this knife is falling, and it's falling behind me, and I'm thinking I shouldn't catch this.
Yeah, no.
Everything says don't catch this.
It'll be unsafe.
and it's falling, and my hand starts to go for it. And I'm like, what am I doing? I shouldn't catch this. I'm not even looking at it. I'm looking over here. I'm now holding all of these plates by one hand. Whew. And my other hand is going back. I'm looking at dish. I'm thinking, what's going on? Am I about to cut my hand open? I'm going to have one hand the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Bang. Hand wraps right around the handle of the knife from behind me. And I stop, and I turn around. And I'm like, did anybody see that? None of the other servers I was with saw it. I was the only one who knows that this happened, but I swear to God this happened. We can roll the tapes. We can check the cameras.
Roll the tapes. Check the footage.
I stood there holding it.
Yeah.
And I stood in shock. And I'm like, did anybody see that? No one says anything. I'm still just standing there. Someone's like, what happened? I'm like, I just caught that shit.
Yes!
And I couldn't believe it. And that is what I am most proud of. Because
you're standing there in shock, and you're like, I can't believe I just caught that shit. This is the proudest I've ever been of anything I've done in my life.
Ever.
And then in that moment, your boss is like, Nicky, get the tortellini. What are you doing? Just standing there? Is this Olive Garden?
I know. It's quite the dichotomy of a world that I live in. But,
cool story, Nicky. How about some breadsticks for table 7?
But yeah, so caught a falling knife out of midair a couple weeks ago. That was pretty cool.
What if you just said that? The story was amazing. But I love that it can be summed up in a sentence.
Next question.
This is kind of an extensive question. What milk is the best? Make a tier list. I know Nick has thoughts. That's at jack.hanrahan. Thanks, Tim, for weighing in.
Almond milk, not a fan.
That's an F.
F. Oat milk, good for ice cream. Shout out Mahoney Pearson Dining Hall. If you know
shout out.
And then probably cow's milk S tier.
Cool.
All right, next question.
That was pretty good. So in S and 2 Fs?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Next question. I like the really quick ones. That should have been rapid fire probably. I've heard Tim. All right. We should skip this question.
Read it.
I've heard Tim is a big fan of soup. What is his favorite soup? That was at Benedotti. Fuck you, Benedotti.
First of all, why are you so angry at our Tims? Be nice to them.
I love the Tims. I just don't like that Tim Benedotti because he's asking the question knowing that it's inappropriate. The backstory is in high school it just became an inside joke where Nick would say over and over again that I loved soup and that I was obsessed with it. And the joke was that I really never said that or like soup that much. And there was a Christmas where he got me a couple cans of clam chowder. And that's real. And it's because he was keeping up the joke that I liked soup, and then he got our friends in on it. Just saying it over and over again, that it's like my thing, even though it's not. Nick, what do you think?
I just want to say the question said he's heard that you're a big fan of soup.
Yeah, from you.
Where did he hear? I've never heard that.
It was...
I don't really know what he's talking about.
Clam chowder, though, probably. What's your favorite kind of soup?
Probably a nice big bowl of soup.
Big bowl of soup? What's your favorite kind of pizza? Just a huge...
A large.
A large. At Donovan.drz asked, why do I see dead people?
Donovan...
He's reading obituaries. He's in a haunted house. Ooh.
He's just looking at his fantasy football roster.
Damn.
They're all terrible. There's not a single good player on that team. They're all injured. They're all just going to go out there, put up 0 points for him. Donovan, you suck at fantasy football. And so that's why.
So I'm mean to the Tims? You just picked this Tim and you're like, yeah, your efforts suck. The things that you care about are not going anywhere.
At least what I'm saying is true.
What was I saying again? That Benedotti was being
that
inappropriate?
You're making up this whole thing about soup.
All right, next question. What character trope? This is a fun one. Which character trope would you be in a horror movie? That was at Taylor_Lynn_Ciotti. I would be the cocky, overconfident douchebag in the first 5 minutes who's like, guys, come on, let's just go in the shed. What's going to be there? Ooh, you scared? Then I'm the first to die.
Right.
You're the eye candy. You're the lust piece.
I'm probably cop that doesn't care.
Yeah, so you guys got a little spooked, huh? It's like, my friend's hand got chopped off.
Yeah, and I'm
You're
like, did you see the guy? They're like, no, and it's like,
I guess
sorry.
We can write a report and cross our fingers.
yeah, I don't know. Guess you're just gonna have to get a new hand.
You're the policeman. We called you thinking that you would help.
Are you sure you didn't just got some cars going by here?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you can hear that. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Me when I'm the cop.
Do you ever? So you just never know what's going on, sir? Yeah. What am I supposed to do?
Well, you cut off your hand. What did you try to catch a falling knife? You should never do that.
What? You just standing there? You trying to tug me around here?
Yeah, this sounds like an issue with your apartment building. Go talk to your best buddy, the landlord over there. Stop coming to me with all your shit.
Now I gotta get to the Siwa campaign. What's his last name? Curtis
Sliwa. You're talking about Jojo Siwa.
I gotta get to this Jojo Siwa event, and then this Curtis Sliwa event.
Jojo Siwa says she's gonna give out bows to all the good people in New York.
Yeah, I'm going with my landlord.
Yeah, dumb white guy, dumb cop.
Yeah, all right. That's actually to go back to the very first question and answer Ben Free 555's question. Best new show on. There's this show called Dumb White Guy, Dumb Cop.
Yeah, it's also known as Another Day with Nick and Tim.
This is the final question of the main questions, Nick.
Okay. Make it a good one, Tim.
At Kayla Armbruster.
Ooh.
Kayla _Armbruster said, "How do I get out of this hellhole called capitalism?" I have a couple thoughts. What's your initial thought, though?
I have a couple thoughts. My first thought is probably become best buddies with your landlord. And then that way you can get some capital, and then you just have to flip that capital.
And then burn your best friends alive.
Burn your best friends alive, and now you got money.
You got some money
now what
from
you
that.
do with this money is you invest. You buy Bitcoin. You buy
Bose speakers.
Bose speakers. Those are going to be big soon. Everyone knows that the audio industry is booming. And I mean that literally.
Booming. And then you make an Instagram account called Bose Hose.
Right, where you post videos of your Bose speakers with very scantily clad women with big boobs. And
that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking like a hose, like spraying.
Okay, this is why I'm making it out of capitalism and you're not. Because I'm making Bose hose, and boy, I can already see those numbers.
Yep.
Through the roof.
That's a really good answer.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear my answer?
I guess.
Well, as you said, I'm not making it out of capitalism. So, Shmela, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to make it out. And what's going to end up happening is I'm going to be staying in, hermit style, watching Boston Legal DVDs and watching Another Day DVDs.
There you go.
Because we're going to come out with DVDs soon with special featurettes.
Special behind-the-scenes looks into the creation of the show, us brainstorming.
Bloopers,
never-before-seen footage, stuff that got cut.
Never-before-seen episodes.
Never-before-seen full episodes. Also a never-before-seen show called Nick and Tim flying around the circus. Where me and Tim attempt to learn new circus tricks, not the ones we already know, but we try to learn new ones, such as Tim balancing a big ball on his nose like he's a seal, and me getting launched out of a cannon.
All of that. Yeah. All two of those.
And also the ringleader of that, who is teaching us and is being like leading the circus, the entire ringleader. That is played by John Candy.
Deceased comedic legend John Candy.
That's why it's such a big deal, because he's back for Nick and Tim Fly Around the Circus. All right, next question.
So, the next question, I think, is a rapid-fire question. So we're going into the speed round.
Explain the speed round.
Speed round. Do I need to? These are questions where we're going to ask them quick and answer them quick.
Perfect. All right, go ahead. Am I answering first?
Yeah.
Just so we can go as fast as possible here.
What if
you read them to me? I don't want to see.
Okay.
I don't want to see.
Okay. Hi, Nick and Tim.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's the question.
Next.
Hi, Taylor. Hi, Taylor. Collab with the Question Answer podcast when? TBD.
Who is that?
Question Answer podcast. They're a friend of the show.
I thought this was speed round.
All right, so the answer is TBD. So next question: who's your favorite fan of the pod?
Ooh, my favorite fan of the pod.
That was Allie McKnight 93. Well, my answer is, well, first of all, which pod? Because this is not a podcast.
Yeah, I don't really know what you're talking about. My favorite.
Second of all, not you, because we're mad at you now, because you should know it's not a podcast. Third of all, Benedotti.
Yeah, I would say Dyson Airblade. It's my favorite fan.
Okay. Why is it when I watch this channel I am full of joy and glee? That was from Donovan.drz.
Because you're finally doing something other than looking at your damn fantasy football team that just loses every week, and you get to see people who are actually good at something.
Oh! Next question. So when is when is the deadline for submitting questions?
Oh, I've got bad news, buddy.
I think the answer is just a one-word answer, which is past.
Now.
It's past, yeah. Now. Do skunks fart?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, you can send in questions.
Send in
If you're
questions
seeing
tomorrow.
it now, you can still send in questions. Do skunks fart separate from spraying? That was from damn_slammy.
Does poop crap separate from butt? I don't know.
See, I said it with you because...
What kind of questions are these?
Yeah, wait, hang on. What did you say? Does poop
crap separate from butt? I don't... Who knows? Next.
Does poop crap... Okay. Show us your lock screens at Taylor Ciotti. I don't know if you can see that. It's just my family.
I actually don't have a lock screen. I'm Amish.
And the guy who played David Wallace in The Office, Andy Buckley, his sister took that.
Wow. And what's his name?
Andy Buckley.
And Andy Buckley's lock screen is Tim.
Yep. But I was in a play with Andy Buckley's niece. And you said you don't have
That's
Lux?
awesome.
Well, I wanted to give context.
And that's not your proudest moment?
Oh, yeah, I'll change it. Just that I was in a play with his...
My proudest moment is... Next question.
All right. Tips to be more handsome and funny and smart and also handsome again. That was from Kayla_Armbruster.
I would say...
Tip.
Wear MF Doom sweatshirts.
Yep, that's
and
to
then
be.
Everyone will know how indie and cool you are and how unique your music taste is.
Yep, that answers all three of the handsome, funny, and really smart.
There you go.
And I couldn't give a better answer than that, so we're gonna move on to how much sawdust can you put in a Rice Krispie treat before?
What?
We got to cut this out. No, it's before people start to notice. But I wrote Felipe.
Before Felipe starts to notice.
We should keep this in. Well, Felipe could ingest as much sawdust as he wants. How much? The question is how much sawdust can you put in a Rice Krispie treat before Felipe starts to notice? That was Alex.the_theater_kid. And I think that Felipe can take in as much as he wants because it's freaking Felipe, dude. Nick?
I think both more and less than you think.
That's a good answer. So, final question of the entire...
This is big.
Of the entire freaking episode, dude.
Okay, this is what people come here for the final question.
Whenever question specifically.
When people open these videos, they just skip to the end because this is what the title of the video is going to be, is whatever this question is. And I actually don't remember what it is. So whatever this question is, this is what we're titling the video. That way people have to wait until the very end just till they get to know. All right, so Tim, what's the question?
Here's the question in the title of the video. Should I start tap dancing? Parentheses, tap dancing killed my grandma. That was from Kayla_Armbruster again. Can I say my piece just real quick?
No.
Okay.
I'm thinking.
It's just because I have an answer loaded.
I think this question could warrant a whole video of its own.
Like it could be in the special featurettes.
And it will be.
Yep.
So make sure you subscribe to our Patreon to see our answer to this question. This question where the answer is clearly no, but you're going to see us discuss it in more detail, figure out why the answer is no, and then you'll know the real answer.
Yep. And also in the special featurettes is 49 minutes more of us talking about the hot dog thing.
Yeah, and it gets intense. You know,
we both start crying at different points.
Tim cries in the beginning. I cry in the end.
We both cry in the middle.
Yeah.
And we had to cut all of it out. It was just too long. But, yeah. So that was your answer?
Yeah, my answer is no, but there's a lot more nuance. But we'll get into that if you subscribe to our Patreon.
Definitely. Yeah, subscribe, Tim's. Subscribe, everybody. Can I give my answer for that?
Yes, you can.
My thing is, like, should I start tap dancing even though tap dancing killed my grandma? My thing is, like, no. All right. So I think that was a good episode completed.
Yeah.
We will see you bright and early another day for the episode.
Yeah, the episode.
Even though every episode is the episode, because the episode is going to be us talking about future episodes.
Right.
And that's kind of all we do.
Exactly. And this isn't even an episode, really. Like, these aren't episodes. They're just standalone things. Like, there's not episode 1, 2, 3. This isn't episode 4. The next one isn't episode 5. Episode 6 isn't an episode. On the episode, which is episode 5. Because this is episode 4, the Q&A episode.
And episode 5 is going to be episode, which means we're going to be talking about which episodes we want to do.
But
I disagree with all of that, actually.
But they're not episodes. They're, they're their own things. They're individual videos.
Yeah. But this is the 4th one, and then the next one's going to be the 5th one.
And then the 6th one. And then we go until 56, and then we stop.
Yep. That's making me laugh because now I just really want to do that. Like, it would be funny if we say it now and then 56 is the finale.
56
we never do
is
another
the last one. Not many YouTube channels can say they've uploaded 56 episodes.
All right, and we're going to record 5 right now, right here. All right,
Yeah,
see you, everybody.
All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. And ladies and gentlemen, this has been another
day. That was a pretty good one.
I like that one.
Not bad.
Your answer sucked.